Hi and hello. Hope everyone is doing well. And today we're going to look at the concept of EOQ, that is economic order quantity in inventory management. But before we go directly into the concept of EOQ, economic order quantity, let us first look at some of the cost, the relevant cost involved in inventory management. Now, I'm just going to give you a very brief introduction of inventory management. Now, what is inventory? Inventory is nothing but stock of raw materials, stock of, could be spare parts, and inventory is very much required in almost every organization, especially in manufacturing and processing organizations and plants and industries. And now the you require inventory for for daily use, but you also need to maintain inventory of materials for for emergency. There may be a shortage in the supply, or there may be a delay in the supply, so therefore you have to maintain at all times some level of inventory to take care of such contingencies. Now, maintaining inventory involves certain costs. Now, what are those costs? Number one is the carrying or holding costs. Now, the cost includes the following costs for maintaining the inventory. You'll need rent for the space, cost of equipment or any other special arrangement for storage, interest on the money block. This is nothing but the cost of opportunity or opportunity cost, because you're going to invest your money in inventory. And when you buy inventory, basically that is a locked up capital. Whatever money that you had invested to purchase inventory, that is locked up capital. Then you have the expenses on stationery, wages of the staff required for the purpose, insurance and depreciation. You have to pay premium, right? The more the inventory, the more the premium. And of course, you also have cost of deterioration, obsolescence. All right, there are certain materials where you keep them for a long time, they are bound to become obsolete. So therefore, these are the holding costs or carrying costs. And you will notice that that the holding cost goes up as the level of inventory increases. The more the inventory, the holding cost also goes up. So it's directly in proportion to the level of inventory. The more the inventory, all right, the more the holding cost. So that is one type of cost, the carrying cost or holding cost. The other one is the ordering cost or cost of procurement. Now, this is the cost incurred each time an order is placed. All right, this cost includes the administrative costs, paperwork, telephone calls, postage, transportation, receiving inspection of goods, tendering, cost of it, tendering, etc. And this cost, the behavior of this cost is just the opposite that of the ordering cost. Here, the cost, the ordering cost, is incurred each time an order is placed. All right, so if you placed only one order, okay, let's say per year, the the ordering cost is kept at the at the minimum. But the more the number of orders, what will happen is, sorry, if if you order just one time, the ordering cost is minimum. All right, but if you order many times, okay, if you order many times, what will happen is the ordering cost will go up. Let's say if the cost per order is 5,000 rupees, and if you make only one order per year, you're going to incur how much? Yes, only 5,000 rupees. But let's say you make 10 orders per year, so that is 10 times 5,000 per order, so you will incur 50,000. So you see the cost here is, the more, if you place an order just one time, say in a year, and you place it in bulk, then you're able to bring down your ordering cost. All right, but but the problem is that you also need to maintain inventory. And I told you, as the more the inventory you maintain, the holding cost or the carrying cost will also go up. So there is a cost trade-off here. All right, this is a cost trade-off. So as the order quantity goes up, your holding cost will also goes up, and the ordering cost will come down. All right. Now, you know the objective of any firm, of any organization, is to bring down that total cost. Okay, the holding cost plus the ordering cost, you want to bring down this total cost. How do you do it? Now, if you try to save on the ordering cost, your holding costs will go up. But if you try to save on the holding costs, your ordering costs will go up. So therefore, you have to find out a point at which your order quantity will keep the total cost at the optimum, not minimum. Remember, it'll be at the optimum. So so look at the point where the two cost curves, the holding cost and the ordering costs, cut each other. At that point, that is the EOQ, the economic order quantity. All right. Now, before we find out, what is the economic order quantity, we will have to make certain assumptions. All right. There are certain assumptions here. And what are those assumptions? Okay. Number one is that the rate of demand is constant and total demand is known in advance. Uh, that is, if suppose your the rate of consumption is, let's say, is 5,000 rupees, 5,000 units per day. It means that at every day you're going to consume at 5,000 units per day. But then that is not true at all in reality. The rate of consumption will fluctuate. And the other thing is that the ordering cost is constant. Okay. And the unit price of inventory is constant. That is, no discount is applied depending on order quantity. Another thing is the lead time for the receipt of orders is constant. Now, what is the lead time? You see, in the lead time is nothing but the time elapsed between the point of order to the and the point of receipt. Suppose you see here in this inventory model, as the time goes by, all right, you place, this is your order quantity Q, and as time goes by, you consume this quantity, and so it comes down to zero. Now, before it comes down to zero, you don't want your level inventory to touch zero before you make a reorder. Okay, you place for fresh order. All right. So as you consume your level of inventory over a period of time, you'll have something known as a reorder point. All right, you'll have something which is known as a reorder point. So once the level of inventory reaches this point, that means it's time for you to place for the for another fresh order of material. All right, let's say it takes 10 days for you to consume this total inventory. All right, and let's say by the 7th day, okay, you're going to place an order, and by the 10th day, the moment your order, this quantity becomes zero, you deplete, a fresh order will come, a new batch will come. So like that, so it is assumed that this lead time is also constant, and replacement of defective units is instantaneous. The moment you place an order, the moment there is the defective item or units, that is being replenished instantaneously. All right, and there is no safety stock. So in this, you see in this model here, okay, basic inventory model, there's no safety stock, or what we would call buffer stock, BUFFER. Okay, there's no safety stock or buffer stock. That is, the minimum stock level is zero. All right, at all points of time. So we're going to make these assumptions, and based on this assumption, we derive the formula of EOQ, where E you know, EOQ, sorry about that, EOQ is equal to square root of 2 into CO into A, the whole thing divided by CC, where CO is nothing but the ordering cost, CC is the carrying cost or holding cost, A is nothing but the annual demand, okay, the annual requirement or the annual demand of that item. Okay, so here we have one problem. A large bakery, a numerical problem. Let's solve this. A large bakery buys flour in 25-pound bags. The bakery uses an average 4,860 bags a year. All right, so the annual demand is 4,860 bags. Preparing an order and receiving a shipment of flour involves a cost of rupees 10 per order. So the ordering cost is 10, and the annual carrying costs are rupees 75 per bag. Determine the economic order quantity. How many orders per year would be there? So here the EOQ will be square root of 2 into CO. What is CO? It is nothing but 10 rupees. Your annual requirement is 4,860, and your CC, that is your carrying cost, is 75. So let's solve this. All right, so okay, so this is 1,296 equals to, take the square root of that, uh, that is 36. So the economic order quantity or the optimal order quantity, every time you place an order, you will place an order for 36 bags. All right, so your ordering quantity will be 36 bags. Now the next is how many orders per year will be there. So the number of orders per year will be, now what is the demand per year? 4,860 divided by 36. So that will give you 4860 divided by 36. That will give you 135 orders. So this is a simple problem and a simple EOQ problem. I will be posting some more problems, related to EOQ, or you can also call it OOQ, optimal order quantity.